Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that came out in the Washington Post December 25th, 2018. Economic growth is slowing all around the world. And as you know, I've been doing a few videos on what's happening on the stock market, and it has closed 600 points down. And, a lot of people are projecting that the market is moving to a bear market. And there's a lot of folks that feel a recession is definitely coming soon. So let's get into this article. A global economy that until recently was humming has broken down. A sharp contrast to the picture just a year ago when the world was experiencing its best growth since 2010 and seemed poised to do even better. Already, builders in the United States are erecting fewer single family homes. German factories are sputtering. And in China, retail sales are growing at their slowest pace in 15 years. The sudden slowing has fed into a global financial sell off that has driven several US stock indexes into or near bear market territory with losses of more than 20%. And, I was reading in other articles, this big sell off that's going on is actually going to make everything worse. Stocks fell sharply Monday near the end of what is shaping up to be Wall Street's worst December since 1931. The economic turmoil was on Trump's mind even on Christmas Day, when during an Oval Office appearance, he cast fresh doubt on the record of Federal Reserve Board Chairman Jerome H. Powell, whom he has increasingly blamed for the market weakness. Well, see, the president said that when a journalist asked whether he had confidence in Powell raising interest rates too fast, that's my opinion, but I certainly have confidence. I think that they will get it pretty soon. I really do. The selling has caused a frenzy of unusual activity in the Trump administration, where efforts by Trump and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin to allay fears seem only to have inflamed them. All right. So people are in a panic now and they're selling off their stocks. And this is turning up. It's not like it's just a few sell-offs going on. No, it's like big major sell-offs that are going on. Political turmoil at the highest level in the United States and other advanced economies, epitomized by the partial shutdown of the US government and street protests in France, is further feeding investor anxiety. Additional forces threaten to turn what had been a gradual global slowing into hold on. I don't want that on. Back to this. Okay, so I don't know what I was saying, so I'm just going to go back and read the same sentence. Additional forces threaten to turn what had been a gradual global slowing into something more serious. Central banks that went into extraordinary lengths to boost growth after the global financial crisis have become less supportive, with the Fed's announcing another increase in its benchmark interest rate last week, and tensions over Trump's America First trade offensive are sapping business confidence on multiple continents. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like everything is coming to a halt on this earth. Okay, for the past month, economic data in the US, Japan, and Eurozone consistently has failed to meet analysis expectations, according to a Citigroup Global Market Index of Economic Surprises. Chinese results also began disappointing on December 10th, amid signs that the economy is slowing more sharply than lawmakers had anticipated. The adverse signs are enough for economists such as Megan Green of Manulife Mutual Funds to warn of a synchronized. Few economists expect an outright recession in the United States or a hard landing in China, where the authorities are trying to manage a gradual deceleration. Wow. But they are shaken. You can clearly tell. Okay. The political risk in a slowdown or even recession in 2019 is of stirring up already. So, yes, it's stirring because I know, I mean, you can pull up several articles on people now talking recession. George Magnus, author of Red Flags, Why Xing's China is in Jeopardy, said via email, quite aside from revolving the issue about the macro tools to use in such circumstances, the political temptation to raise barriers, including trade, might still get stronger. China could be especially volatile in the United States, despite nearly a decade of uninterrupted economic growth. Nearly 55% of Americans say the country is on the wrong track, according to the Real Clear Politics polling average. A sharp economic downturn could short circuit belated rewards for workers who are receiving average annual wage increases of 3.1%, the highest mark in 9 years, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. If that doesn't continue, you'll see continued domestic political polarization, said Peter Harrell, a senior fellow at the Center for a New American Security. Clearly, a slowing economy is a huge concern to the Trump administration. An economic slowdown coupled with tumbling stock prices could also make the president more. Yeah, it is. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, now that I think back, it might have something to do with why Trump called off his trade war. They probably already saw this stuff slowing down. Now, I'm just saying, I'm just thinking about that now. They are getting nervous about the markets and nervous about the slowing in the economy. And there is a similar reaction in Beijing, he said. The souring economic outlook can be seen on the bottom lines of multinationals such as FedEx. The global package delivery company saw its share price sink last week as investors were spooked by executives' downbeat forecast. Okay. So, there's a lot riding on this, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody should be taking this lightly because if this country goes through another recession, you saw how hard the last one was in 2008. A lot of people never bounced back from that last recession. So now you're talking about a huge prospect of a recession hitting in 2019. And if you remember, George W. Bush never would say the words recession. I remember that. He tried to avoid it like hell, but it did not stop everybody from knowing that we were in a recession back then. I think we all still knew. And trust me, don't count on Trump mentioning anything about a recession. But if you watch the market, you will pretty much know that we're in one. You don't really need him to say anything to know we're in a recession. I mean, that's really the truth. But please tell me what you think. This is getting so deep. It's getting deep. But please tell me what you think. I am definitely going to keep an eye on the market. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.